What an amazing place! Welcome to the French Riviera. The protocol says Nice, but actually we're in a bay east of the city, across from Villefranche-sur-Mer. Today our plan is to visit a stunning hilltop village, and then after that we'll explore this village by the sea. There's something special about tender ports. The ride to the shore is like an attraction. The views in the distance and all the boat activity in the bay, well, it's just awesome. Wow, this is exactly what I picture when I hear French Riviera. It's a stunning, picture-perfect village. It looks like a really charming place. I have a feeling we're going to have a great day. We're arriving early in the morning, and it looks like the vendors are, well, they're still setting up in the square. The promenade is still empty, and the restaurants, they're still closed. And we're gonna take the train. We're going up to take the train to Saint Paul de Vence. It's a beautiful medieval town on the mountain. And it's going to be like an hour on the train, and then I believe a bus or something. But we'll figure out how to get there, and it was a top priority for today. So it's going to be fun. And then when we come back to this town, we'll do some more exploring here because they have a beautiful old town here too, and it's extremely cute to look at.
Villefranche-sur-Mer.
Villefranche-sur-Mer.
Sur-Mer. Which means French village and the sea.
Oh,
yeah.
It sure is too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this white building over there on the top, getting restored.
Here it is, the lovely art village of Saint Paul de Vence. It's famous for its charm. Oh, see how cool this is? It's not overrun yet. We got here early. We just got in, and nobody's here yet. Well, a lot of shops haven't even opened yet. This dog was just saying, wow. This magical hilltop village transports us back in time with winding cobblestone streets. It's full of character and history. A lot of galleries here.
Yeah. I don't have galleries.
Exactly. This place, well, it's an art lover's paradise. There's countless galleries and studios. The paintings and sculptures, they stand out against the rustic stone buildings. Now I can see why so many artists are drawn here. The village's magical allure and artistic atmosphere make it a perfect destination for anyone passionate about art and beauty. I like those. Those are really neat. Wow.
This town.
I knew you would love it.
Combining the art with
Yeah.
The old.
Exactly.
Medieval charm. And the wine, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is the art capital of France. Whoa. Unbelievable, huh? Oh wow, that one goes out and you can see out. This just the way they're decorating their shops. What is that? Fruits, dried fruits. What? Look how cute the shop is. Yeah, just the decor. You guys are only having 15 minutes here? Oh, the French bakery.
Can buy some bread
Yeah, like
for the road.
4 baguettes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I just love the way the buildings are and everything. Well, this is one of the neatest places we've been, like Old Town, and like Zarko said, you mix the beautiful galleries up with the Old Town, and everything is done just so classy, I guess. What's the word? But there's some famous artists here. Oh, it's exactly like that.
Yes.
Yeah, meant to be. I wonder if the same artist did it, probably. Yeah, because look at this. This was on that guy's house. He probably bought it.
Oh yeah, so that was
Yeah. Wow. Well, here's finally you can get a good video without people.
Oh, I like this one. Good, but it's this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, that's cute.
She's cute.
Mm-hmm. A lot of places don't open till 11. Might be different coming back. A lot of places don't open till 11.
So this is the art capital of France.
Pretty much. It's I don't know if you want to call it the art capital, but it's one of the, it's all galleries, all art. I just love the village's many famous fountains. Each one has its own unique design and carvings. If you think about it, they've given water for centuries, and their gentle sound is so calming. It's really nice to be here before it gets busy. A lot of places don't open till 11 yet, and it's 10:30, so it's the perfect time to be here, actually. There's a few shops open, but it's not crowded, and it's beautiful. Look at this alleyway. All the shops are like extremely nice. Isn't this neat? Oh, there's the church. There's a guy here setting up for his restaurant. Huh? An old watering hole, probably, where they did their laundry. Yeah, their laundry. Yep.
Look at the roots, how they got through the,
Yeah, I know.
through the bars.
Oh, it went through the bars. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Must have been there a while. Oh, look at this. But look at that mountain over there.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where we were yesterday, isn't it? Looks like an extremely nice restaurant over there. That's so cool. Paul Rafferty. It's more of a rustic. Look at this, 5-star hotel. So yeah, we're enjoying walking around here. And well, Zarka said what he really likes is the art. Yeah, it makes it different. We just walked up on these stairs on the platform here, and on the wall, outer wall, and oh my gosh, the view. Some of these villas down there. Look at that villa with those pools. God. Unbelievable. Windy day and it's clear, you can see the snow-capped mountains of the Alps. Like, don't film and walk. Yeah, the $70, 70 euros to walk on the wall. Oh my goodness. That's in Dubrovnik. And it's 100 degrees. This is nice and cool, and look at how they
look at the lemons right here.
And how they let that vine grow over the entire place. Wow. People are starting to come in. Well, because they know everything's open at 11. Wow. I like to come here and just take our time, you know, and explore around and look at everything in detail.
I rented an apartment here for a couple, 3 days. You know?
It beats running through somewhere and looking at something in 20 minutes. Look at these in the walls where they were able to look out. Better view of it from here.
Look at the flowers.
And the plants. There's an olive tree right there in front of us.
Now look at those villas with swimming pools.
Yeah, I wonder if you could rent a villa with a swimming pool.
I see why not.
There's the buses over there. I see them parked.
Those are tour buses.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
I wonder if you have to walk here.
Yes, you do. That's why it says strenuous.
You see this villa right here with the pool picking up?
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Man, they're really nice. That's a huge one right there.
That's like a hotel probably.
Oh, look at that restaurant. Wow.
Oh, this is where we walk from above, you know?
Oh.
You remember they were setting it up?
Yep. Wow.
That's like a hotel.
Yep, 5-star hotel. I think that's the restaurant. Man, they have the menu right there. Like, you don't have to stay there to eat there. Look at this.
See this villa right here?
Yeah, with the pool?
The pool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go by. Oh, you want something on the hill?
I like these ones with the pool idea. The hill, what you would have if, I don't know, too far from the sea to see. We've seen that sculpture in other places. It's I really like it.
So,
I kind of want to walk through a little bit now that everything is open, just to see.
yeah, of course. We're gonna walk. You know, we got plenty of time.
Yeah.
But like, walking the wall is it's
Yeah,
amazing.
because you can see over the wall, and you can then
Yes.
see up at the apartments and the cute little shops
Yes, yeah.
down the
Be
alleyways.
careful because there's no railing.
Yeah, but you can't really get away from stuff far enough to really see it when
Yeah.
you're in the walls.
Yeah.
But
Make sure your wife does not push you.
don't film while you're walking. Oh my gosh. It's forbidden to use a walkway at night or in bad weather with unaccompanied children, skateboards and rollerblades and wheeled devices, or for any domestic animal, even on a lead. Those are kind of common sense things.
And no more than 2 beers.
Yeah, yeah. Most places they wouldn't allow it because there's no railing. It's really beautiful here. Just, you know, take your time and explore around. Don't be in a hurry. You can see all the little cracks and crannies and people's plants and everything. Take your time. I love the way they kept all the rocks and everything. Driftwood. Talk about unique and creative. That's what I like about this. The shops here in this village, everyone is so creative. Well, they have a lot of competition, but you have some amazing artists here. Oh, this is where I bought the blouse right here. Yeah, she has some really cute things in here. There's medieval towns everywhere, but a lot of the medieval towns that are well known are overran. And unfortunately, they're filled with gift shops that everybody carries, stuff that you see everywhere. Really not that unique things. And what I like about this one, it's extremely different. It's all different art galleries or shops. They're boutiques. They're not competing they don't have all the same thing. I mean, you can actually get in places like this and take pictures and look at the architecture and things and not try to look over people's shoulders. You know, you can really enjoy what you're seeing and feeling the old place, you know? I almost feel like we've seen it all. Nice to get here early. Look at that. The painting clothes. Your painting clothes. But it's art, yeah.
Wow, that's what you
Okay. That's a unique. Yeah. Like this abstract art like this, that would be really hard to do. You know what I mean? It'd be extremely hard to do. That's creative.
And like look back, step back.
Yeah, what do you see?
People dancing.
Oh, it looks 3D.
Oh, this one closes. Islands.
That's,
Soft photos, you know.
yeah, and gold bars.
Diamonds, gold bars, and money.
God.
These are just gold bars.
Oh, camera. Yeah, I like your old camera. And this is very classy Well,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I don't have words.
Yeah, it's not a tourist gouge, tourist trap.
Oh no, it's really true art. Artists are there. There are
The
galleries.
people living there.
Yeah. Meet Lucky the horse, made out of horseshoes.
Yeah, they're real horses.
Yeah, and it's life size. Amazing, huh? Everywhere you look, there's art.
You know, like the horseshoe is considered luck, you know?
Considered luck?
Yeah, to throw it behind your back or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, Teresa,
Yeah?
that's an old water wheel.
Sarko sees an old water wheel.
And I mean, I see the frame of it right here, behind the church. You see the frame? What a neat area, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Mountaintop, French
I mean, like
town.
for 3-4 million, you can get a nice house with a swimming pool.
And we could stay here a week and not we'd be tired of it.
No, it's always cheaper to rent.
Exactly. That's tiny.
It's a classic dress, huh? Fiat 500. There is a lot of money here, Teresa.
That's what I mean, yeah.
There is so
You're
much
gonna want
money here.
to. This would be a nice place to come if you're really looking for a unique piece for your home, and talk to the artist, see how they made it,
Yeah.
enjoy it. You know, I mean, it's a piece of art, original.
Yeah, there's a lot. There is some not so original, but there's some beautiful originals.
We're back in Villefranche-sur-Mer. The train station is right by the beach and the village entrance. Looks like a nice public beach, right?
Yeah, big, crowded.
Oh, all the way.
Yeah, all the way over there.
Wow. We're thinking about returning to the Riviera for a longer visit, and this village is ideal. It's close to Nice, has a train station and a beach. It's delightful and down to earth, an excellent place to stay. We were walking back from the train station and we saw everybody going up these stairs. We went up the stairs and it's this unbelievable walkway that goes right along the waterfront, only you're like a few levels up. So it gives you some magnificent views of the sea. It's awesome. Plus you get a breeze too. Yeah, the whole area is a beach.
Two streets.
Yeah,
This street and the one by the water.
that's it for the town?
It's a village.
2 streets, okay.
Yeah, it's a small village.
Yeah, these are all apartments.
Village.
And these apartments are facing the sea. I don't know what it is, when people hang their laundry out, it kind of creates more of the feel, cozy feel, yeah.
Yeah, cozy feel, yes. The flower balconies and the curtains with the laundry.
Yeah,
Kind of a homey, cozy, warm feeling.
yeah. Sarko's having a French IPA, a la fut, it sounds like. Yeah, we're having lunch in this little seaside cafe, and he's trying the French beer now. Looks
Very good.
did plenty. We're heading back to the ship now, and we're tired. Doing a port every day does tire you out. You know, we don't have those sea days anymore, so it's every day. We're out there pounding the streets and looking at what we can find. The French Riviera, right, Zarko? The French Riviera is a feast for the senses. We're planning a longer stay to soak it all in. It's a perfect place to relax in a quaint cafe and watch the world go by. We appreciate you joining us on this incredible journey. Don't miss our next episode. We will visit Toulon, France, the next destination of the Ultimate World Cruise. It sure has been a fantastic experience. See you in Toulon.